Hi, Dan.
You're out of prison. Does the warden know?
She entered the courtroom, a tall drink of dynamite. A flirtatious fling gone fatally wrong.
How bad could she be?
She tried to kill me. Unlike the Brooklyn Bridge, you ain't that hard to get over.
Two foes meant to be, like yin and yang, or peanut butter and jelly.
I'll go hard at you every night till we are dripping with sweat as lawyers.
Yeah, lawyers are good.
Wendy Malick joins Night Court, November 19th on NBC and Peacock.
Hello, Gary. My name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where nerds rule the world, and we are so grateful to have you with us today. First question is going to come up real easy for you. Had you watched the show prior to joining it?
Oh my gosh, had I watched Night Court every single freaking episode? Yes. As a kid, I watched it all. I was such a fan of Harry Anderson, who played the original judge on the show. And then a couple of years ago, just by chance, my girlfriend was helping this lady clean out her house, and Harry used to be married to someone in her family. And she gave me an NBC jacket of Harry Anderson's, and I've worn it several times to Night Court. So yes, I loved the show. I loved the stupidity of it. I loved the small little characters that would come in and do little funny bits, and just the bigger arc of the show. 100% loved it. And so now being on there is like stepping into my past and future at the same time. Yes, love it, loved it, and will always love it.
Gary, tell me about Flobert, because of all the characters on this show, I lose track regularly of what he's capable of, what he does. Like, define your character for us.
To define Flobert, as by the way, Wendy Malick's character came in and she started calling him Flobert instead of Flobert. So now anytime she talks about him, it's Flobert. It's so great. He came in as a judge, and then he didn't do any more judging on there. He started being a clerk, then a lawyer. He sold sodas, real estate. Apparently, he mentions having been involved in rap battles. He is the character on the show. First of all, the show is stupid, period, funny, period. He gets to be the stupidest of everybody. There are no rules. If it's not a flat earth, this is a round earth. Flobert goes everywhere. There are absolutely no rules to what he can do, has done, and will do. And that's what makes it funny and entertaining and engaging, and makes me ridiculously excited to read every script just to see what the heck I'm up to.
That kind of flows perfectly into the next question. Then it's one of the really fun things about Flobert, excuse me, is that he literally gets to do everything, and he does it incredibly well, which is the scary part. That's
some stuff.
But what has been the most fun thing that you have gotten to learn about him as you have portrayed him in a litany of positions?
Well, the most fun thing that I've learned about Flobert is how many things that he keeps doing. Like every episode almost, I mention a new thing that he's done, or they'll like, well, we have to worry about getting something. Oh, Flobert has a guy. Like, I always have a guy. I know people in sanitation. Like, I know people all over the world. And I think the most surprising thing is he's never going to stop surprising people with what he does. And I thank you for saying that he's good at everything, because I think he's a D+ student at best at most things, but he seems authoritative. And he seems like he knows what he's doing. A couple of times he does, but that is the joy of him, of I don't know what's next, and I can't wait to see what's next. And some hypnotism. He did do some, he's been involved in hypnotism as well. So
I realized I didn't introduce myself. I'm Diana with Geek Girl Authority.
Hey, Geek Girl.
Yeah, I'm a geeky girl, and I grew up watching Night Court, but I also love animation. You have an amazing CV of voice acting. So going from all of those different animated worlds where you can basically literally do anything, how different do you find having this regular live action gig?
Look, first of all, I love doing live action. I come from improv and Shakespeare, so I come from comedy and the serious stuff as well. What I do love about being able to do Flobert is there are several times on the show where he just drops into a different voice. There's an episode that just came out where it's like showing her how to do a job interview, like keep it cool. So he'll just drop into a different voice for whatever reason. And they've also shown that he's been an actor on the show. I was showing her a bunch of my headshots, like clearly a crappy actor. So luckily it all blends into each other, you know, like the voice work I get to really play with on the show as well. Both disciplines are very different from each other, but it's such a joy that I don't have to do the same thing every day. So the answer is I love the challenge of being able to do them both differently and to incorporate them into each other, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, it does. And one thing that you get, and just to go off of that, where Flobert is always willing to provide opinion and suggestion to people. What has been your favorite a point of support that Flobert has given to other people?
Oh my gosh, I may have to think about that one because he's nonstop help. There's a big musical episode that is coming up where I try to give them a different version of a show that you haven't seen yet. So that was super different and super fun. He is nonstop helping and hurting people at the same time. So I would have to seriously think about what's my favorite, because the writers have figured it out now and he can go everywhere. So I have to figure out what's the favorite thing that they've put in my mouth to come out. I'll think about that, Heather. I'll think about it.
I had to put it that way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. It's been
Thank you.
It was amazing talking to you. Thank you, Gary.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. Nerds versus Geeks. I don't know who's the winner. You're both winners. You're both winners.
We are allies and accomplices.
Oh, yes.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye, y'all. Heather's fancy place.
It's not that fancy. It's not that.
It looks fancy, and then Diana's out in space somewhere. So
see, she's got the cool background happening.
I've got the messier room is what I've got, so I gotta hide it.
Hey guys, I'm in a hotel room, so if I freeze on you, then I'll come back and re-answer after we unfreeze.
No problem. Are we good to get started?
Yeah, you're all good.
Perfect. Okay. All right.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello. Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like nerds rule the world. Like I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Nerds rule.
Love it. It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world, all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.